actually is kind of humorous for me. I mean, here I am. Hello.
You know, that Christopher guy is so nice on the phone. He sounds like he really loves horses. I wonder what he looks like. Probably blue eyes, blonde hair, drives a BMW. I think that's what I'm going to see when I meet him.
Oh, I know right where that is. Stay there, I'll meet you there. This is going to be funny.
Well, I guess I'm going to a new home now. I hope someone brushes my name just like Dad used to.
Oh my God, he's black. But just act normal. It's quite all right. I think this is going to work out. Just have her poker face.
I can see in my rearview mirror, they're chatting about me. I can't even believe it.
You're giving me to him? Do you know he's black?
Well, I do say, I do like this home. It's pretty nice here. And he's black. I think I dig this guy. I think he's a keeper.
Finally got my stallion. Now we can get out there, we can ride, we can go, we can do our jumping, and oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
You are a beautiful horse. This is a match made in heaven. Finally. Wow. It's beautiful.
You know what? We made the right decision.
You know, I have to say, sometimes things happen in life, and it encourages us to have a different perspective. I won't have black people over for dinner, but you know, I have to say, Christopher has really made me think differently.
Will you text us and send us pictures? We've had the horse since it was just a pony, just a little one. We'd love to still see it.
Made a new friend.
Kinda like my new home. This is cool. He comes and sees me every day. He rides me all the time, and this is what I like. I like to be out, so this is cool. I can get used to this.
So, this is what we call a miracle from God. When different people come together, horses find new homes, and a truly beautiful friendship turns out to be a wonderful relationship between humans and animals. So, as you see in the turn back, we get to be everything. Whether it's the horse, whether it's the turkey, whatever the occasion. So someone has one turn back that we'll do, and then we'll go into a story. If anyone has, yes?
I don't have a turn back, but I don't know if this is correct. Can I just comment on something that's
Sure.
I just love that choice that you made. This looks like a police lineup. I'm sorry. I mean, am I the only one? I think I can identify the perp. This is like
This is
identify the perp.
training, so they
No,
have
it
to have
really
police
does.
lineup
It's all
going.
police lineup vibe. It's not good. When you sing the blocks, it's there. But I love the choice you made when the horse, even the horse was prejudiced. I love that. But the greatest lineup would be, wait a minute, I'm black too. You know, like, we didn't know the color of the
That's
horse.
true,
It's
that's
like,
true.
anyway, I love that. It's very funny.
Thanks.
The horse is racist too. All right, that's why.
Never thought about the cinder blocks. All right. See, when they think it's a lineup, they're much more obedient.
I know you keep it in place, Grace. I know.
Illusion.
So, anyone have a quick story that we can do as
education and whatever, and I used to work, with the public, so I understand when things happen, or you make a mistake, or things go, I never have a problem with that at all. So go through the drive-thru, and I had like this little coupon, so I told them in there I had a coupon, and whatever happened, I go through, and, they never took the coupon off, and they didn't give us fries, which is like the most important thing, right, the whole thing. So they didn't give fries or anything, so I go to the girl, I go back in, I go back around, right, and I go back through, and now I'm already, but I'm not aggravated at all, because I understand. So I go through, and I said, just look at the girl, the thing, I said, you didn't take the coupon off, and you didn't get the fries, should I come back in, should I order? She said to me, I don't care what you do, just like that, I don't care what you do. And I was like, excuse me? So all of a sudden, I changed from this perfectly understanding person to, oh no, this is not happening. So I said to her, she said, you can go around front or whatever, and she comes out with the bag. But the bag that didn't have everything in it again. And she comes out, and she comes over to me, and she's really rude, and I said to her, just give me the bag, right? Now I become this person who's embarrassing my kids who they just want to die now because I've become this mother of and I take the stuff, and now I pull into a space, and now we're going inside. Because now I'm going to talk to the manager, right? And my daughters at the time were probably about 10, and they're like, no, don't go in, because now they're older, they would stay in the car, they would never come in with me. But I go in, and I'm very contained, professional, and I walk in, and I said, okay, who's the manager? And now I tell the manager, I find the manager, and now everybody's staring at me. And very calmly I say, I understand mistakes, but she's rude, and she should not be working here. I have no problem with any mistakes. The entire place was dead silent. My children, I don't know where they went, they kind of disappeared. And I was not embarrassed at all, because to me it's really important that, you should be, I wasn't being mean, and you made a mistake, so just fix it, and don't act like I'm being a pain. So, needless to say, they gave me my fries and my discount, and we left. My daughter's now almost 16, will never forget the scene where I was embarrassing them. There you go.
So we'll do this as a turn back. We'll have you to join us. The lesson that we learned from Mommy. Let's watch.
I'm surprised you're not banned from that Burger King, Mom. Want to take a trip down memory lane?
Mom, please, no, don't go in there. Ugh.
I was being so kind, but now I'm starting to turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Okay, just give me the bag. I don't care what you do.
No, I need to speak to the manager. I understand mistakes, but she was rude.
You don't forget the fries, my God, that's the most important part.
Mom, what are you doing pulling over? No, don't go inside. Is any of our friends out here?
No, you really should have been there. I mean, there we were. We were sitting down, and all of a sudden, this dark night opens the door, and then she steps in, and then these two kids run for their lives. And then she reprimanded everybody. I mean, it was like the Terminator showed up.
Here, just take your fries or whatever else and just go.
I can be professional, I can be courteous, but don't tell me that you don't care.
I'm thinking maybe you need another job. This is not for you.
I came back around again. I totally understand mistakes happen, but you didn't take care of our coupon, and we didn't get the fries. So, do you want me to come in or go around?
Okay, this calls for me to park now. Before you go in there, compose yourselves, get professional. You're going to speak in a very nice tone, as long as they don't piss you off.
Oh, please be nice to Mommy. Please be nice to Mommy. Please don't make her turn into the Incredible Hulk.
You want us to come in there with you, Mom? No way. We're not going inside with you. We're standing in the car. No.
Somebody has to have a better training program here. I mean, really.
What's the big deal? So I forgot your fries. Who cares anyway?
I always teased Mommy
This is gonna be in our family archives.
Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order? Forget Burger King.
Hey Mom, remember that day when you went into Burger King and you were acting all crazy and wild? It was too funny.
Look, Mom, there's a plaque of you in Burger King. The lady who improved customer service.
The legend goes on and on and on.
Now, how is that for you? Okay, yes.
I have the perfect, I'm always thinking of great comeback lines after the fact. You know, hey asshole, have it your way refers to me, not you.
That's right. Thank you.
So at this point, we're going to have the actors to take their chairs, and we will do a longer version of a story. And I think Steve has volunteered
Yeah,
to share a story with us.
yeah. But the chairs are much better. Takes the line up the way. Never let those guys sit. That's kind of like the dating game. Bachelor number one.
All right, Steve, you want to come up?
Oh, I gotta sit? Come on, okay. All right, here's my story, sad but true. I had a bike accident on November 1st. I had a bike accident.
Wow, very recent.
Yes, and I fell climbing a hill on my bike, and I don't even know what happened. I think something got caught somewhere, but I just went down like a sack of potatoes to the right. And it was so fast that I didn't even have that holy shit, I'm falling moment, or it just, before I knew it, I was just smashed. And I separated my shoulder, and I also had I fractured my sinus,
Oh, wow.
and I had some head trauma and stuff, and it was serious. So I got up and I couldn't see, you know, I couldn't focus, and then it sort of came back. And you know, after I have an accident, my first feeling is embarrassment.
Right.
It's really weird. My mother got hit once, almost got hit, or she fell down in the street on Park Avenue or something. The first thing she could think of was, I'm holding up traffic, you know? And so I have this sense of I'm weak, I'm vulnerable. It's like I just hate that feeling, you know? So I kind of staggered over to this gas station that was nearby. And first of all, you could feel I'm bleeding up here, but I have no idea that the shoulder is messed up yet, you know?
Oh, wow.
And so I go in there, and I'm like, can you give me something to clean this up? And then they said, call 911. And then somebody said, don't call 911. And then I felt my shoulder, I felt the bone, you know. And I said, I think you should call 911. So I had to get into the whole thing with EMS, and they took me to St. Francis. And they did a CAT scan, and thank God nothing seriously was broken in my brain. And but they did, I had a separation of the shoulder. And so they gave me some painkillers and sent me home. This was on Friday.
Mhm.
And Monday I went to see an orthopedist. And he said, he looked at my shoulder, he said, it's probably going to require surgery. And then I went 2 days later for an MRI. And then I went later for a sec to see the surgeon again on the 11th. And he looked at it, he said, it's what they call a level 3 grade shoulder separation. There's 6 levels. If it's 4, 5, or 6, they say you need surgery. 3 is as bad as you can get without needing surgery. So he looks at me and he says, it's optional, it's your call. And that was the last thing I wanted to hear. I didn't want to have to make a decision as to whether or not, I wanted him to say, it's so messed up, you need surgery, fine, okay. But when he told me it's my call on the 11th, I said, he goes, here's the deal. He goes, you're going to have a bump on with my collarbone. It's where the collarbone, it's not a dislocation, it's where the collarbone connects to a part of the shoulder blade. It's got a name, it starts with an A.
So it
And that-
protrudes a little bit.
Well, it's way up. He looks at me, he goes, boy, that's your name. So that's why when he first saw it, he said, it's probably going to require the surgery. But he came back, he said, it's actually a level 3. You don't have to have surgery. Oftentimes it heals by itself with physical therapy, but you'll have this, and here's the word that they throw around, deformity. So I hear this word deformity, and it's like the worst word, but they
you said that the last thing that you wanted was for you to have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Is that because you don't like making decisions, or in certain
In certain
circumstances?
circumstances, because I live alone, I don't have any family, I'm very concerned about, I've never had surgery. So there were all these things, I'm gonna have surgery, I'm gonna have to go back, who's gonna take care of me, I live in an isolated place, I have all these concerns. And so the next day I got a second opinion on the 12th. Now the original doctor that saw me was my best friend, I thought he was great, I was very happy with him. And then he told me there's a 3-week window to have a very basic surgery where they can actually just tack it down. Not a simple surgery, they have to cut, they have to drill holes, and they actually use sutures, and they pull the collarbone down, and then it puts it back into place, and the other ligament, you rest it, and you do physical therapy, and it heals. But they can only do that when you're in the acute phase, when everything's loose in there, after you wreck it, once it starts healing, they can't just tack it down. So he told me I had 3 weeks. The second guy I saw on the 12th, who was the second opinion, said you should have about a month. So I took about 3 days, and on the 18th I came in and I said I want the surgery. I decided, I said I don't want the deformity, let's have the surgery, I'll deal with the surgery. Because by that time I had done some research and rallied some people. I think I can handle the post-op stuff. I'll get some help, I can handle it, So 2 days later, he sent me for a pre-op meeting with the surgeon, and the surgeon looked at me and said, we can't do the surgery because you had a 2-week window of the acute phase where we could have done it. Now you can't do it. And I walked out of there just stunned, just fucking stunned, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. One guy says I got 3 weeks, one guy says I got 4 weeks. Then I go to the guy that can fit me into his schedule, and he tells me I can't do it, there's already too much healing. So the first thing I do is say, malpractice. Now the doctor who I love is my best friend, all of a sudden I want his head on a fucking platter. How quickly it changes, right? I don't think I have a malpractice suit. But the more important part of it is now, I'm going to do physical therapy, and I have this change in my body, which is like, really, I'm getting used to it. We're not even talking, we're not even on terms now, me and the collarbone. We're not even speaking. I'm like, you're dead to me. But please, let's try to work it out. No, I'm not ready. So, so now I have to sort of come to terms with the fact that I think the physical therapy will probably work. I'll receive full functionality back in my shoulder, but I will have this thing, The beautiful shoulders that God gave me are gone, And it's like coming to terms with this, accepting this thing, and also what it means, it's just like, it's just a whole big weird thing.
So an entire process for you.
So it's a whole deal. I know that was a lot of information, but that's my story.
Steve, Henry had 2 of them.
Did he really?
Yes.
Okay.
So not too much information for us, we can handle it. So let's do this. There's some important individuals, obviously, in this story. Number 1, you.
Yes.
So you have a choice between all of the actors here and myself. Ladies can be guys, guys can be ladies, so forth and so on.
You know who I think I would like to play me? Bernadette.
Bernadette, okay? Now, give us 1 word to describe you in this story. Have 1 word, or maybe 2, maybe 3, that could describe you in this story. What would it be?
I guess it would be,
So let's go with
I
more
guess
than 1
it
word.
would be kind of tentative, because I think I hesitated. That was my problem.
Okay.
I think I hesitated when I should have. Looking back at it now, I would have said on the 11th. There were other reasons, but I hesitated. I think the best word would be fearful, really fearful, but not in a hysterical way. Fearful and trying to be pragmatic, at the same time. Fearful, but saying, okay, we got to deal with it. Let's try to be pragmatic. And they throw so much information at me all the time. Then all of a sudden you got to try to process all this shit. I'm doing my best, and I'm writing things down. But in the end, I don't think I made the best decision for whatever reason.
Okay.
That's one of the bridge.
So fearful, there's so much uncertainty, so much to grasp and to deal with, and dealing with that
And
whole
just
process.
shake it up, like, almost like, what's going on, but stepping through it,
Perfect, perfect. Now, it sounds like the shoulder is important in this story, especially with the relationship of, I'm not speaking to you, and it's saying
Oh.
that it wants to deal with you. So let's have someone to be the shoulder.
Oh, great, yeah.
Who would you like to be the shoulder?
I'm sorry.
Actually.
She has such great, I'm jealous. I'm looking at her collarbone and I'm saying, they're gone now, never again. Come, you be my shoulder.
So give us one word to describe the shoulder, because what I want to do in this story with the shoulder is, it's going to go through the entire process of being normal, going through the accident, what it felt during the accident, plus the vainness contest.
Yeah, well, I used to be pretty athletic, so part of it is, my shoulder there. And the other part is just, there's an imperfection there that wasn't there. I mean, I'm just thinking mastectomy, which is even much more severe, it's probably not even comparable. But, once anything happens to your body that changes, and the surgeon, when he was the final one that said I missed the boat, he kept saying, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I'm sitting there going, fuckhead, it's my shoulder, and it's my bump, and don't tell me what matters, it doesn't matter. Of course, being obsequious and a wimp, I didn't say fuckhead. I just finally just said, like, well, it matters. So,
So, going through that process of someone telling you. So I think that the doctors are important as well. And I'd like to have one doctor to be your best friend, and then the other person to be the other doctors that were not kosher.
Okay.
So who would you like to be the doctor that's your best
This
friend?
one right here, I'm just going right there.
And give us one word to describe your best friend, doctor.
Well, I gotta tell you, he was very short and stout. That's the first thing that came to me. He was like this, he was like 5'6", he was like a square. His name was like a square. I don't know if you can physically, you're kind of tall.
She can do anything.
But he had this squareness about him. And he was just kind of he was sort of a regular guy. He was very nice, But I feel like my anger with him was he didn't emphasize the urgency enough,
Absolutely.
And the second opinion guy said you have a month, which made me even more relax a little and think I had even a little more time, which turned out to be not correct.
But now, when you look at your best friend doctor, what word comes to mind?
My best friend doctor,
What word would come to mind? Some of my friends, I think, shows up late. So I have certain things that I think about when I'm dealing with certain people. Was he astute? Was he the person that...
No, he was astute, and he was also kind of, but he listened. He was good. He listened. They always do the stupid thing with the model, like you're supposed to figure out what's. I'm like, he's showing me the model with the strap with the thing. I'm going, I can't even. I don't even know what day it is with the model already. So they always try that, and I can't take it in, But he seemed to be he was good. He was very good. I felt like he was compassionate. He listened to me. He answered my questions. My problem with him was, while he was being so nice, he was misinforming in some sense.
Okay, so perfect. Astute and compassionate. All right, in the other doctors,
The second doctor was also very nice. He said, now you have a month, which was his thing. The last doctor, when I went for the pre-op, was the most prickish of them all. He had a crappy bedside manner. He just seemed quick. He seemed arrogant, and he was the one that kept telling me that the disfigurement shouldn't matter.
okay, all right. So we know that one was prickish, the last one, but the one before that one.
There were three. There was the first doctor, which I saw twice, the second opinion that I saw once, and the prick, which I had to go see because he was the only one that had the early operating. They have operating. They have vacancies in their operating schedule.
Okay.
And he could have gotten me in early, but it turns out he said it's already too late.
So the second one was kind of informative, compassionate as well.
He was informative, but he also said he took the 3 weeks and made it a month, which made me even more screwy. Made me even more relaxed about not having an urgency.
Okay.
And the prick told me 2 weeks. So I was like,
It was all over the
I
place.
felt like I was misinformed. I felt so much torque, and I think something got caught, and somehow I just flipped myself to the right, and I don't even know what happened.
Okay, and it's a route that you've taken before?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now, we know how this story ends. Would you like to see a different ending, or do you want to see the ending that,
No, I want to see, I just want to see, I would just like to see, and I just want to add about myself that the person that Bernadette is playing, that, after I had the injury, I was busy trying to get things in order, trying to find out, because I don't have a car right now, people that I know that have cars, that people that are willing to help, my insurance, trying to find out if I'm eligible for aid, trying to do all the administrative work that goes along with having an injury, and the research that you kind of have to do about convalescence and what's available and what my needs are going to be. So that I was also very busy working on. And I guess the end of the story is just going to be some sort of, I'll leave it up to the actors to sort of interpret in some way that coming to terms with, when we are personifying the collarbone. So me sort of learning to say, whatever learning to, there is a lesson in this about, there is some weird lesson in this about valuing other parts of myself rather than this physicality that I sometimes can get hung up on. And so...
But I want to ask, though, too, I think this is important for the ending of the story. You had regret for listening to the advice that was given.
Yes, I felt like in the end, sometimes it takes me a couple of days to figure out what went on. I had to ask myself. When I walked out, he told me I couldn't have the surgery. I was stunned. And I had to think about, did I do anything wrong? What did I do wrong? And I said, I don't really think I did anything wrong. But, maybe at the time on the 11th, when maybe, if anything, I just hesitated.
Okay.
I wasn't decisive enough. But even that wasn't wrong because they weren't quite emphasizing it as strongly. I was led to believe I had a little more time. At least I felt that.
Okay. So there's nothing in that you feel like you should do differently in the future. You felt that you did what you needed to do.
I think in the end, yeah, it would have been spectacular if I would have come up with the conclusion to just do it given the circumstances, but that didn't happen. And I think now it's just about learning how to deal with the hand that I've been dealt.
Okay, perfect. So that's how we'll end the story. Okay, so I went on a journey and learned some things about myself, and now I'm dealing with the hand that I was dealt. Let's watch.
One last thing, Chris. One last piece of information which I think is important. I've been trying not to use the word disfigurement. I've been trying to refer to it as anything other than that. I have a raised collarbone. I have anything but that term disfigurement because I just find it to be so loaded with bad emotional connotation.
Perfect. I appreciate that part.
So there I was. I love to bike, feeling good, looking good, and there I was. Everything was balanced and good, and then everything wasn't balanced, and I wasn't so good. Yeah, I think we should call 911, because there's something now that wasn't there before.
Okay.
I'm not liking this.
Well, we'll call 911 for you.
Please do.
You just take it easy, okay?
My head, too.
I'm not
Shoulder
attached.
tightness. Don't call 911.
I'm not attached to the right parts I'm supposed to be attached to.
We're gonna call 911. We're gonna call.
Okay, I need pain pills or something, or, CAT scan, x-ray. Something's missing, something's wrong. Something's off. Oh, something's unbalanced.
Hey, Steve, thanks for coming in.
I'm glad I got here.
Let me take a look at your shoulder
Yeah,
here.
would you? Because it's not like it used to be. I don't
Wow.
feel very
This,
good.
yeah.
What do you think, Doc?
We're gonna have to give a little time. We're gonna have to have you come back in maybe on the 11th if you could do that. But I think we're definitely gonna need surgery with the way it's looking right now. I gotta tell
I
you.
just don't know, no help us now.
How are you doing? I know it's a lot to take in. I know this is a part of you.
Yeah,
But we're
it
just
is a
gonna
lot.
have to give it a little time and then we'll take back a look at it.
Okay, I need to know what's going on though, so,
All right.
okay. I'll just wait.
All right. Thanks. Thanks for coming back. How are you
Okay.
doing, Steve? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm not feeling good.
All right.
What's the deal with it's mentioned
Well,
surgery and
That's it.
time
Let me take a
window?
look and let's
What?
see how this is going here. How are you doing, shoulder? How are you doing? You all right? All right. Okay. It's okay. Just gentle check in here.
You
Gentle,
said
gentle.
something about timing and what can be done?
Well, here's the thing. So there's 6 different levels of whether you need surgery or not.
Okay,
4, 5, and 6.
yeah.
You definitely need surgery. You're at a 3, so it's optional. So the choice is yours. There's a couple things we can
Oh.
do. Either you can go and have the surgery, and we'll tack the shoulder down.
Mm-hmm.
You got your chromium process sticking out there.
Yeah.
Or what we're going to do is have the surgery, or you can just go with physical therapy, and you should be okay. So it's your choice.
I don't like that.
I know.
I don't know what to do.
Now I know that this
Give me
is.
fixed now. Give me fixed now.
Could you wait? Oh, wait, this is a lot to think of. I don't know.
I know it's a lot to think about, but you know what? You have some time. There's a window. You have a 3-week period.
You
Yes.
said 3 weeks.
Yes, where you're in the acute stage.
I can think about this.
We can still move this little guy
Okay.
back in place here with the surgery.
We can.
But you may not need it. I know with your history that you haven't had surgery before. This might be a new scary process. So
Right, but I might want to have
You
it.
might wanna have it.
But I have 3 weeks.
you do. So I'm gonna let you think about this and
Okay.
take care, little shoulder, and take care, Steve, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
We don't have to wait 3 weeks. Just get me fixed now. I'm in
Hey.
pain.
Hi.
I'm your second opinion.
Oh, the other guy.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I heard that,
Well,
so
look.
I'm gonna take a look. Let me
See
take a
how
look.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
know,
together.
It's tough. I mean,
I'm
it's
not
hard.
together.
I know.
Yeah, I'll be
Touch on
gentle.
me.
I'll be gentle. Yeah, I know. It's a tough situation, but you do have a choice. It's true. It's a level 3, so you have a choice.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, what are you saying?
You definitely have, and you got a little more time. You got
Like
like
time, how much?
4 weeks. Tops 4 weeks, but you definitely have 4 weeks.
You guys said 3 weeks.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's a month.
you have some time to think about it.
A month?
It's a difficult decision. So take your
It
time.
is, it is. I don't want to, I'm not comfortable with this.
I know it's not
But a
easy.
month.
It's not easy. A month. You got
That's
4 weeks.
even more
No
time.
more than that though.
I'm glad I came to see you.
Yeah. It's 4 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah. So make your decision slowly. Ask some opinions.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
I've been looking around and researching and yeah,
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
talk to people.
So it's good. Okay. So you try to relax, and we'll see you again before the 4 weeks or right in the 4 weeks. Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right.
Steve, please. Please,
I don't
listen.
know what to do. I
We'll make a
want it
decision
to not be
now.
sticking out or.
Yeah, I don't like
I want it to be
walking around
even.
like
Well,
this.
you know, as Steve's friends, he called us up and, yeah, we're gonna take care of you.
What do I do?
We'll work out some things. If you need a ride,
I don't
we'll
have
take
a-
care of you.
I'm free on Tuesdays. I can be there if you need me.
That's good, because, this is a lot. I'm gonna need rides.
We'll take care of you, buddy. Don't worry about the rides. If I have to come over and stay with you, if I have to go to the stupid hospital,
It's still a lot, and you people have other things to do too. It's a lot. Oh my God, and the insurance, this is like,
Steve,
oh, there's
tighten up that
insurance.
sleeve.
There's insurance.
Come on, tighten up this one. I feel
It's a
proud.
lot to think of, but I think I want to do it. I think I'm going to tell them that I want to do it. I think I should. When all is said and done, I think
Excuse me? You missed your window.
What?
2 weeks is your window. It's like you took way
2
too long to make
weeks?
this decision.
I heard a month.
Don't take that.
I don't know who told
Are
you.
you kidding me?
I don't know who told you. 2 weeks.
You guys have got to get it together.
Well, you didn't talk to me, and I'm a surgeon.
Well,
So-
hello?
Yeah. Sorry.
Somebody's not telling me the truth.
Sorry, I'm telling you the truth because I did surgery. So you missed it. You know, it's not a big deal. It's only a little bump. What's the big deal?
A little bump.
Can you say
I used to
malpractice?
be
Well,
athletic.
I'm giving you the right information. If you had seen me first, we'd have had it done in
This
2 weeks.
really
But you know what? It's
sucks.
really not a big deal, Steve. I don't know what you're so worried about.
Well, I
People
am
have worse
not,
things than this. This is not a big deal. Chill out.
but this is me and this is now, and these are my feelings.
Well,
We're not used to
I don't want
this.
to talk about other people.
We're used to being able to get out and ride our bike and go
yeah, you'll be able
and
to
hit
do
the hills
everything you want to do. It's
and
just
the
that
curves and everything, and we
Yeah.
can't live like this.
Okay, doctor, we have another patient. These people seem to be a waste of time.
Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, take care. Good luck.
I'm thinking malpractice. That's what I'm thinking. I can't believe it. I hear one thing, I hear another. And this, I don't know what, this sucks.
You gotta fix
These
it.
people,
You gotta fix it. I
this
didn't ask for
medical
this.
community drives me bananas. They say one thing, maybe they have different calendars or something. I mean, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I hear a month, and now it's too late. Well, you know what though? There's nothing I can do about that.
We have to do something.
There's nothing I can do.
We have to do something.
And the physical therapy is gonna help.
Not gonna
It's
help.
gonna bring us together again. It is.
I don't want to bond with
They
you
tell
anymore.
me that it's gonna actually, it's gonna help. And I don't have a choice, and you know what? It's gonna be okay, I think. I mean, what else can I do? And it's not my fault. I'm so angry at those stupid, stupid doctors.
Well, you have a couple of friends, and it looks like you got a lot of stuff to sort through.
A lot. But I still feel like it's gonna be okay. You know what? It has to be.
I mean, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Because you know what?
Kind of feel like the muscles are like starting to heal up all around me. So
Yeah.
maybe that's a good sign.
And guess what? We're joined. We can't be apart.
True.
So we'll make this work.
You think we'll ever be back to how we used to be?
I think we'll be as good as we can.
How was that for you?
Well, you know me, I have to comment. I'll say that, I just wanted, by the way, the chromium, yes, you must be a nurse. The chromium and the collarbone, and there's a ACL tendon that connects them. Anyway, not tendon, joint, ACL joint. Anyway, yes, I just wanted to say, there actually were 3 surgeons. Everyone I saw was a surgeon. But the last guy it was actually a pre-op meeting, so he was supposed to be. But anyway, yes, you did it very well. The only thing that I would say, I think you did a very good job, is my wounded shoulder. I very enjoyed that. But Bernadette, you were terrific. But in the end, where you missed it was you got too much, like the shoulder was saying, I don't want to deal with you, but it was really me saying, I'm not speaking to the shoulder. It hasn't, you resolved it too quickly with the acceptance. It's still in the process. There was this horrible thing of I don't even want to look in the mirror, I can't stand this shit, you know what I mean? And that maybe even got just barely stepping out of that phase. I mean, I'll get function, I think with physical therapy,